Sir Cliff Richard at 80. Born Harry Roger Webb in October 1940. Cliff's career has spanned over 6 decades. He has made 43 studio albums, 6 soundtrack albums, 35 compilation albums, 6 gospel albums, 10 live albums, and 139 singles. Tonight we celebrate Sir Cliff Richard's 80th year with an array of independent artists covering Cliff's classics through the years. Welcome to tonight's show, Cliffmas in July.
Good evening, this is John Boyce welcoming you to the Sonny Michaels Show Cliffmas in July special, broadcast across Australia and around the world on the MVP network and affiliate stations. Tonight's special guests include Weezal, Colin, Ellerton, Stewart Strauss, Space Party, Metal Urge, Tomorrowkind, Vamp, Matthew, Alec and the Soul Electric, and our house band Stencilled Jazz. And now I introduce a man that's clever and witty, and I could go on and on, but I'm having trouble reading his handwriting. Here's Sonny!
Thank you. Oh, thank you, everyone. Welcome and good evening, one and all. And what a beautiful looking audience. How are you all tonight? Welcome. This evening on our show, in his 80th year, we celebrate the enduring appeal of Sir Cliff Richard. Now listen to this, folks. We have new kid in town, Colin Ellerton. The ACT Space Party make their way back. Stewart Strauss brings us another episode of Into the Hollywood with Stewart Strauss. Local headbangers Metal Urge return with an exclusive video for us, along with a band that were on last month's show and were very popular, and that's Vamp. And if you thought their last performance was fantastic, wait till you see tonight's. It's a real knockout. And we also have Karl from Delirium Seeds with his solo project, Tomorrowkind, with a sublime version of a Cliff classic. Don't forget house band Stencilled Jazz. Well, they'll have you up and moving. And keeping our commitment to independent music playing, we have the last single of Matthew, Alec and the Soul Electric's Cleveland Time album. And we also have a track from our good friends Weezal. And we're going to be giving away prizes on Sonny's Wheel and a special treat finale for you and heaps more. So, how are you tonight, John?
Out of sight, how are you?
Oh, well, I'm excited about tonight's show, John. You know, the only thing I'm not happy about is we were hoping to bring you Colin, the human chameleon. But this afternoon, hey, he crawled across a tartan rug and died of exhaustion.
Oh.
Anyway, let's get on with the show.
Hello, we're Stencilled Jazz. I'm Chris.
And I'm Paula.
And you're watching
the Sonny Michaels Show.
Welcome back, people. Now, the first act on the show tonight is our house band, Stencilled Jazz, performing Cliff Richard's debut single, the song Move It. Now, it was recorded by Cliff Richard and the Drifters, no other UK band that would later become the Shadows. Now, the song was written by Ian Samwell and was inspired by Chuck Berry. It was initially intended as the B-side of Schoolboy Crush, but television and record producer Jack Good ensured that it became the A-side of the single. Now, the song reached number 2 in the UK singles charts and is generally accepted as the first rock and roll song to originate from the UK. So to kick off the show, here they are, Stencilled Jazz, and Move It!
Pretty baby, let's move it and groove it. Shake 'em baby, please don't lose it. So rhythm that gets into your heart and soul. Well, let me tell you, baby, it's called rock and roll. You say it's gonna die, but honey, please let's face it. They just don't know what's going to replace it. Ballads and calypsos, they got nothing on. Real country music that just drives along. Honey, move it. Oh, honey, move it. Come on, pretty baby, let's move it and groove it. Oh, shake on, baby, please don't lose it all. It's a rhythm that gets into your heart and soul. Well, let me tell you, baby, it's called rock and roll. You say it's gonna die, but honey, please let's face it. They just don't know what's going to replace it. Oh, ballads and calypsos, they got nothing on. Real country music that just drives along. Oh, honey, move it. Honey, move it.
What a great rockin' way to kick off the show. Stencilled Jazz. Give them a big hand, everyone. Now, on the Sonny Michaels Show, we're committed to playing new and independent music, even enough to interrupt our Cliffmas in July special. Hey? The next band are local Brisbane rockers Weezal. Pamela, Tim, Mick and Jay have given us this exclusive video for the Sonny Michaels Show. Now, the song's called Deb. It's an ode of admiration to Australian singer, songwriter, guitarist and actress as well, Deborah Conway. And she's probably best known as a singer for 1980s rock band Do Re Mi. And they had their top 5 hit Man Overboard. And, don't forget her, top 20 hit from 1991, It's Only the Beginning. Deborah still makes excellent songs and is a keen advocate for the recognition and advancement of women in music. Now please put your hands together for Weezal and their song Deb.
Stand
Weezal, everyone. Now, you can get Weezal CDs from the band, and all the information and links to Weezal and any other acts we have on the show can and will be found here on the Sonny Michaels website. So go there, visit there, please. Welcome back. We continue on now with our Cliffmas in July special. Our next star tonight is a chap called Colin Ellerton. Now, Colin was born in Bradford, now being one of 12 children in a musical family. His grandmother was an opera singer, and his mother and father were both singers as well. Colin's first time singing on stage was when he was 9 years old, and that was the start of his career. When he was 14, he sang in pubs and clubs, and in the 1970s, along with two brothers and two sisters, formed a family band called the Ellertons. Now, Colin was the lead singer and bass guitarist, and the band played all over England, playing on the same circuit as Roy Wood, David Bowie, Ross Abbott and Smokey. Now, they were a good outfit, and many, many more. Now, from time to time, their paths crossed and they would compare notes and experiences. Colin's influences in music are, of course, Elvis Presley, the Beatles, Cliff Richard, Billy Fury and Bobby B. Now, in the past few years, Colin has been writing his own music, of which he loves doing, and sometimes works with his son-in-law, and that's one of our show favourites, Mark Hicks. Well, I consider this to be a real treat on the show tonight. Now, singing the Lieber and Stoller written worldwide 1963 Cliff Richard and the Shadows hit Lucky Lips, Colin Ellerton.
Lucky lips are never blue. Lucky lips will always find a pair of lips so true. I don't need a four-leaf clover, rabbit foot or a good luck charm. With lucky lips you'll always have a baby in your eyes. I never get heartbroken, no, I never get the blues. And if I play that game of love, I know I just can't lose. When you spin that wheel of fortune, all I do is kiss my chips, and I know I'm bound to win, yeah, 'cause I've got lucky lips. So lucky lips are always kissing. Lucky lips are never blue. Lucky lips will always find a pair of lips so true. I don't need a four-leaf clover, rabbit's foot or a good luck charm. With lucky lips you'll always have a baby in your arms. So lucky lips are always lucky lips. Lucky lips are never blue. Lucky lips will always find a pair of lips that's true. I don't need a four-leaf clover, rabbit's foot or a good luck charm. With lucky lips you'll always have a baby in your arms.
Give it up big time for Colin, eh? Fantastic. Now, I mentioned earlier that one of our very popular artists and is Colin Ellerton's son-in-law is Mark Hicks. Well, I hear Mark may be back on the show in October for our first birthday special. And you know what, John?
Oh, yes, Sonny?
Mark was on our very first show. Do you remember?
I do, Sonny. The Halloween show. Great start.
Yeah, definitely, John. Now, I can't wait. I'll tell you what, I can't wait, John. The show just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Now, did you see the queue outside for our audience?
Yeah, nearly all the way to the letterbox, Sonny.
Shut up, John. Well, anyway, before a show goes out, I like to go out and talk to people, you know, all that sort of, for the folk waiting to come in. Sometimes we play games, you know. I like to guess people's occupations, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there was a young lady there with a small Red Cross pin. Well, I guessed correctly that she was a nurse. Yeah. You know. And there was a young man beside her, a little young lad, and he had paper stains, newsprint stains, all over the ends of his fingers. And I said, I bet you're a paper boy. Absolutely right again, John, I was. Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty spot on with that game, Sonny.
You know.
Aren't you? You're pretty spot on.
Well, I'll tell you what, John, it sort of turns out I'm not too good at that game. You know, there was a fellow at the front of the line who had one arm browner than the other, his right arm, you know, so I walked up and I said, shook his hand, and I said, how are you going, sir? I bet you, with that right arm of yours, it's browner than the other, that you're a taxi driver.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I'm a vet.
Oh, Sonny, oh, no.
Anyway, we're off to a break now. We'll be back with ACT Space Party, Stewart Strauss, with an instalment of Into the Hollywood with Stewart Strauss, Matthew Alec and the Soul Electric, and Sonny's Wheel. So stick around.
Listen to what we have for you on MBP's Saturday Night lineup, starting at 6 with the MBP Eyeball News. Catch up with all the local, national and international news, sports and weather with our experienced team of news anchor Angela McTell. All the Bayside sport action with Kenny Clackers Turner, and a light-hearted wrap-up of all the day's weather and forecast with our meteorological minstrel Barry Cumulus. Then at 6:30, join me, John Voice, for John Voice's Earth Around Us. This week, the majesty of the manatee. Join me for an interesting 1 hour of manatee and dugongs. Then at 7:30, for a barrel of no laughs, as we join Peter and June at their restaurant for a series of cringeworthy and embarrassing stuff-ups. Waste an hour of your time, as this week Peter gets an ice bucket stuck on his head, and June serves the hounds dinner up to the local health inspector, ensuring very little hilarity for anyone. Don't miss La Dolce Vita at 7:30. Then at 8:30, it's time for the Sonny Michaels Show. Stay with us for madcap laughs, great music variety, prizes, and of course, the #1 television variety host in the country on the #1 television variety show, our very own Sonny Michaels. So send the kids to bed, grab a drink, some snacks, and settle in for the Sonny Michaels Show, 8:30 p.m. on the MBP Network's Saturday Night lineup.
How's that news team, John?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the MBP Network Christmas party?
Yeah.
Hey, let's just say that I was getting on in the night, but Angela McTell's interpretive dance routine to Barry Cumulus's rousing rendition
Winning.
of It's Raining Men, absolutely spectacular.
True.
And only topped off with Kenny Clackers Turner's
Kenny.
Full Time in the Change Room classic. Hooray for Sonny, hooray at last. Hooray for Sonny, he's a horse's ass.
Cliffmas.
All right, John, thanks, yeah. Anyway, these guys are very popular on the show. They're from Australia's ACT. They recorded this song at Smith's Alternative in Canberra on the 25th of July and did it exclusively for the Sonny Michaels Show. The song they're performing is The Rise and Fall of Flingle Bunt. The song is an instrumental by the British group The Shadows. It was released in 1965 and went to #5 in the UK singles chart. Anyway, here they are, folks, live from Smith's Alternative at Canberra. Space Party! Space Party, everyone. The rise and fall of Flingle Bunt. Anyway, put your hands together for him again repeatedly and fast. Welcome back. Now, our man in Hollywood, Stewart Strauss, returns with another instalment of Into the Hollywoods with Stewart Strauss. Take it away.
Hello, and thanks for joining me on the second edition of Into the Hollywoods with Stewart Strauss. This is a segment on the Sonny Michaels Show where I'll answer email questions sent in from viewers who would like to know more about my podcast, Into the Woods with Stewart Strauss, and more specifically, the stories I tell and the music that I play. So, for this month, I've chose a question from Biff Simpson from Springfield. But before I answer Biff's question, I'd like you to know that you're welcome to send questions. Just send them to the Sonny Michaels Show and they'll forward them to me. So let's get on with it. Biff Simpson from Springfield is asking for his cousin Liza, who would like to know who I might have shook hands with and saw perform in their earliest days before becoming famous. Well, there's been quite a few in my life. I've just been fortunate that way. Starting at about age 15. So actually on January 24th, 1968, I was in high school and I was about 15 and a half. I'd heard on the radio during lunch that John Mayall and the Blues Breakers were going to be landing at LAX, that's Los Angeles International Airport, later on that afternoon, in front of their two appearances on that night and the following night at the Whiskey A Go-Go. I got home from school as quickly as possible, looked for somebody with a driver's license. I only had a learner's permit at the time, and I just couldn't find anybody that was close. I did find a friend that was about 1.5 miles away, and my father had an extra car at the time for work and whatever. It was a 59 Plymouth station wagon with a stick shift on the column. Now, again, I didn't have a driver's license and I didn't know how to drive a stick, but I wasn't going to let that hold me back. So I got in it, drove about 1.5 miles in first gear, never changed gears, didn't know how. Got to my friend's house who had a driver's license and knew how to drive a stick, and we headed to LAX. A couple more friends came with us as well. So there were about 4 of us there in the terminal at LAX when John Mayall and the Blues Breakers touched California soil for the first time. So when they got off the plane, there were the 3 or 4 of us, that would be me and my friends, as well as maybe 2 or 3 people tops from their record company, London Records. So we were honestly the only fans there to meet this band. Now, Mick Taylor was the new guitar player with John Mayall and the Blues Breakers at that time. So Mick Taylor went on to join the Rolling Stones within the next year or two and became quite well known and worked with the Stones during maybe their most productive period, although they're still producing. But the stuff they did together is as good as anything on record, no doubt about it. So also that got off of that plane, besides John Mayall and Mick Taylor, was Dick Hextall Smith, a multi-reed player. He played multiple horns and usually 2 at a time and was really good on both. So, or whatever he had playing, was playing. And then the rhythm section, to my best recollection, consisted of John McVie on bass and Mick Fleetwood on drums. Now, I've done a lot of research before I opened up the mic for this, and as far as I can tell, Fleetwood Mac had already formed by that date, but John McVie was still an official member of John Mayall's Blues Breakers. Fleetwood Mac had no dates during this time period, and John Mayall and band was only in California for 6 dates, 2 at the Whiskey and 4 in Northern California, a couple at Winterland and 2 at the Fillmore West. Right back to the UK when Fleetwood Mac started performing again. So to my best recollection, that's who I met on that day. Well, John Mayall and the rest of the band were more than cool with us. And Mick Taylor was carrying his guitar case through the terminal. I asked if we could see his guitar, and he opened up this beautiful Gibson Les Paul that he showed us. He put the case right on the floor of the terminal, and we checked it out. And John Mayall invited us to hang out with him a little during a break at the Whiskey A Go-Go between sets, and then offered to give us each a new album that he would sign for us, and that's exactly what happened. So we went out to the parking lot behind the Whiskey A Go-Go along with one of the guys from London Records, who opened up the trunk of his car and had a box of promo LPs for the Blues Crusade, first album that Mick Taylor was on, and also features John McVie on bass, and I believe it was Keith Hartley on drums on the original album for that. So at the times of our lives, it was fantastic, and here I was not even 16 years old at that point. Well, 1 year later to the day, on January 24th, 1969, I had a driver's license, I had a car, and I had a camera. I had a 35mm camera. I just started taking photography in high school, and I decided that I was going to drive to the Shrine Exposition Hall, which is in downtown Los Angeles, because later that evening, and the next night as well, the Mothers of Invention were playing, and a new band called Fleetwood Mac was on the bill. Well, I put the camera in the car and I headed down to the Shrine. I knocked on those big double doors. Someone came to the door, and this is the middle of the afternoon, mind you, on a weekday, and I told him a story that I was from my school's newspaper, which I was not. But I was there to meet Frank Zappa and hopefully take pictures of the band and during the show. He actually went and got Frank Zappa, who came to the door, listened to my story, gave me a bit of a stink eye with his arms kind of crossed, looking down. He was taller than me. And then he just smiled, grinned from ear to ear, opened his arms, allowed me to come in and shadow him. He let me just kind of follow him, and he introduced me to the rest of the Mothers of Invention. He introduced me to Fleetwood Mac and the other bands that were on the bill, allowed me to take pictures anywhere I was, including during the show. He allowed me to get up on stage, as long as I stayed to the back and the sides of the stage, and take pictures to my heart's content. So what kind of deal was that for a 16-year-old? Living the dream there for a minute. Well, it was a great show, totally excited. And the next day, I took my film into the dark room at Poly High School in Sun Valley, California, and nothing came out. I mean, just nothing. Everything was just dark. I didn't know what I was doing, and it was really obvious the minute I exposed that film, or, developed that film. And it may have been exposed for all I know. Bottom line is, I had the time of my life. I got to meet all those people. I got to meet Frank Zappa again around 1990, tell him that story, and then actually spend some time with him. We'll save that for another show. So let's jump to 1977. I was visiting in Hawaii. I was on the island of Maui visiting an old family friend and neighbor, Sue Cuff from Panorama City, California, who had lived in Hana at that point. She'd probably been there for 10 years perhaps, and just a beautiful place to see. And I was, just digging it and having a great time, and then heard that Fleetwood Mac was going to be doing a benefit concert in Lahaina, which is on the other side of the island of Maui. And they weren't really interested. Sue wasn't interested in going, so I hitchhiked. I just put on my backpack, took a sleeping bag and my camera, and hitchhiked to Lahaina, which I'd never seen before, so that was really a treat. Hung around, got down on the beach in the afternoon, had bought a ticket for the show later that evening, and who comes traipsing by but Fleetwood Mac. Now, by December 10th, 1977, that was the date, they were superstars. They were one of the biggest bands in the world, and they'd been touring behind all of that, so they're maybe getting a little worn, I don't know. But there's Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham, Christine McVie, John McVie, and Mick Fleetwood, with a small entourage, I suppose, coming down the beach, just kind of crossing where I was. I said hello, and probably was speaking to John McVie and Mick Fleetwood, who I'd be pretty sure remembered me, because again, I was the first kid, or one of the first 3 or 4, to meet them in California. And again, Frank Zappa introduced me to them a year later. I was just 16. So maybe they remembered me, maybe they didn't, but they were more than cordial. And I ended up going backstage and on the sides of the stage to take pictures during their show at the Royal Lahaina Tennis Stadium. And I'll tell you, I've got fond memories. Those pictures came out. I was shooting Kodak Ektachrome at the time, that's slides. And I have those slides, and God willing, they're still in good condition. They've been in storage for several years. I'll break them out one day, as well as the Blues Crusade album from John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with his signature on it, and share those with you as well. So I got to tell you, my favorite memory of that night, besides a fantastic Fleetwood Mac show that I got to watch front and center, was the aromas in the tennis stadium. Every 15 or 20 yards, you'd smell a different herb. Maui Wowie over there, Puna Butter over there, and just every unique smell of what they were growing in those Hawaiian Islands in those days, and it was really something. So those are my Fleetwood Mac stories. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you'll tune in and subscribe if you're able to my podcast, Into the Woods with Stewart Strauss, and I thank you so much.
Stewart Strauss, everyone. Here's a link to Stewart's podcast right here. Now check it out. It's well worth a visit. Now, we're so happy to have this band on the Sonny Michaels Show again. Matthew, Alec and the Soul Electric are from Cleveland, Ohio, and this track is the last single and video off their Cleveland Time album. Now, the song is called Enigma Man and features guitarist Stephen Forrest Sanders on guitar and vocals, and it's one of my favourite tracks on the album. Now, a big round of applause for Matthew, Alec and the Soul Electric featuring Stephen Forrest Sanders, Enigma Man.
And forever I will remain it constantly. So forever I will remain. It's so hard, yeah, now to explain.
Matthew, Alec and the Soul Electric, featuring Stephen Forrest Sanders. Now, Matthew and the band are back in the recording studio recording a new album, so we'll let you know on the show when that's be coming out. Now, we're off to a message from our sponsors, and when we come back, it's time for Sonny's Wheel!
Welcome to Sonny's Wheel, and tonight the major prize you won't win is a fabulous 4-night holiday for two on the exciting Gold Coast, staying at the world-renowned Chevron Hotel Surfers Paradise and flying TAA the friendly way. And don't let Blakey get you. This On the Buses board game will guarantee minutes of fun for the whole family, complete with a leering jacko on the box from our friends at Dennis Fisher. You can bowl, rover, over and give Puss the best with a year's supply of Happy Dog beef and Happy Cat fish bits. And don't forget Nana, like most Christmases, surprise her with a year's supply of hearty meals. Pensioner favourites come as beef stew and seafood medley, all thanks to the wonderful folk at Happy Canning Company. Don't let your guests down with this handcrafted fondue set, made locally from old surgical stainless steel and wood offcuts. This will surely get the party started, courtesy the House of Fondue. Along with this state-of-the-art Hanimex AM/FM cassette player. Enjoy your favourite tunes wherever you go. Hanimex, hey, it works. always be on time with this handsome wristwatch. Guaranteed to be the correct time at least twice a day. It comes with a one-size-fits-all band and a knob to wind it up, courtesy of Iverstone's Jewelers. And get ready to get smart. This set of obsolete World Book Encyclopedia will clutter up your lounge room for many years to come with no hope for resale. And this modern camera is just what you need for capturing those embarrassing moments that you and no one will ever forget. The new Instamatic is fun and easy to use from Kodak, the colours of life. And this set of mismatched dinnerware will add some pizzazz to any table. From the amazing staff at Malamine Warehouse, 6 great locations across the south side. These and more great prizes you won't win here on Sonny's Wheel. Now it's back to you, Sonny.
Thanks, John. Welcome, folks, to Sonny's Wheel, where we give you the chance to win some great prizes, generously donated by our talented artists. Now, good folk, you can't win any of the prizes on the intro. House of Fondue, John. Just think of it. House of Fondue. Anyway, John, why don't you tell the good people at home what they could win?
The latest CD from Delicados, Nevermore, courtesy of Delicados. The new CD from Ups and Downs, Another Country, featuring special guest Rick Springfield on guitar thanks to Ups and Downs. 2 CDs, courtesy of our friends Weezal. A 50 large prize pack from our friends at 50 Large, including their 12-inch EP on vinyl.
The new Delirium Seeds album Underland, courtesy of our friends Delirium Seeds. A selection of Dreamkiller CDs kindly donated by Dreamkillers. Space Party's New Wave CD from our friends Space Party.
The latest Mick Magew CD, Psychopharmacologist, from our good friends Mick Magew and Ursula. A Wayne Lost Soul prize pack featuring his studio albums, t-shirt and stickers and badges, courtesy of Wayne Lost Soul. And an autographed photo of Stewart Strauss as a woodsman on the 3rd series of Twin Peaks, thanks to Stewart Strauss. These and many more great prizes to be won on Sonny's Wheel.
Thanks, John. Also, there's our major prize of a $100 voucher to spend at Poison Arrow Retro and Rockabilly Clothing at their online store. You can see it right here at number 1. And you can use that voucher anywhere in the world. So, everyone, here's how we do Sonny's Wheel. The names of all the entrants have been put into our glorious barrel, where I'll give it a tumble and draw out 2 names. And when I've done that, I'll spin the old wheel here twice, once for each contestant. And the prize you land on is the prize you win. Now, if you don't land on any of our music prizes, you can still win an exclusive, and here's one sort of similar. I'm the winner on Sonny's Wheel Mud. Anyway, so let's get going. Roll out the barrel! This old barrel was fuel children, this old barrel was fuel wife, this old barrel was home and comfort as we both were alive. This old barrel was rain and laughter, this old barrel has many shouts. Now it trembles in the darkness when the lightning walks about. Don't need this barrel no longer, don't need this barrel no more. What the bloody hell happened there, John? Right. Give me some barrel rolling, please. Music, please, Mr. Music. There we go. How do you like that? I love it. I love it. Anyway, let's hear it. Look at that. Look at that. It's open. Yeah, I know I got my arm caught in here one day. That many entries, it was stuffed that tight. What have we got here? What have we got here? Stella Wielden. Stella Wielden. You're the first name out of the barrel, Stella. Okay. Now we've got to choose our second contestant. We'll give it a spin for the next name. There we go. I don't want them flying out everywhere. I'm keeping my eye on you too. I saw you looking at this. Music keeps the barrel out. There we go. Why can't we get this thing fixed, John? Anyway, delve in here. Got you then, Julie Duval. You've just been drawn out of the barrel. And Julie Duval, she's won on the wheel before a while ago, I'm sure. Yeah. Anyway, let's get this thing out of here. Thanks, Frank. It's really Frank out for me. He's over here this time because every time I fling the barrel out, I'm going to be blasting away and he's, you know. Anyway, here we go. Watch this one. Watch this. This is right. Anyone here believe in psychokinesis? Raise my right hand. Here we go. Watch this thing. You want a psychokinesis? Now that old Yuri Geller bloke, old spoon bender, eh? Yeah, right. Here we go. Watch this. Be gone! You stand still too. Rightio. First name out of the barrel. Stella Weelden. Stella Weelden. You were the first name out. Check that out. Huh? Check that out. Right there. Wheels on number one. Wheels on number one. Now give this a big spin. Big spin for Stella. Big one. What's it? Like Miami Vice. I'll put my sleeves on. How 80s of me, eh? And Cliff did that once, didn't he? Had the sleeves up like this. One of his songs, oh, probably great anyway. Probably doing. That's from doing that all the time. Your sleeves go up. And that's why. Push away dance like that. Your sleeves go up. You can't help it. It's great. It's great. Alright, Stella Weelden on the wheel. We're on number one. That's our major prize. And look at all these. Look at all these on here. Now we've taken another mug off too. Look at that. Because we've got another prize here, which is we've got two more different prizes now. We've got Space Party and Dream Killers, and they've given us Dream Killers are wonderful. It gives us a whole bunch of CDs. Some of them are very, very, very hard to get. Very fantastic and grateful for that. And Space Party, who are on the show tonight, and yeah. So now you've got less chance of winning a mug, which makes them far more exclusive because I want to give away some of the prizes from the artists. You know, these artists work hard with their art and they don't, you know, they give us these so you can enjoy it. But you want to go home and have a mug. Well, you can't enjoy your mug without having some music to listen to for. Hang on. Stella, let's go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Where's it going to stop? Oh! Wayne Lost Soul Prize Pack. John, why don't you tell Stella all about what she's won?
You've won Wayne Lost Soul Prize Pack consisting of CDs, a t-shirt, stickers and badges, courtesy of Wayne Lost Soul.
Thank you, my good chap. I'll tell you what, thank you, John. You did a marvellous job. I love your work, John. Love your work.
Oh, thank you, son.
No worries, mate. Okay. Julie Duval. You'll spin up, mate. Here, Frank. Take that off my hands. There's bits of paper everywhere. And I've got to keep them because I've got to know who won them on the wheel. Anyway, Julie Duval. We'll go back to number one a long way around, though, so you can have a good look at all the prizes. Oh, there we go. Number one. Here we go, Julie. I'm going to give you another cracker of a spin. I'll tell you what, I don't want to pull my shoulder out, but I'll do it for this wheel. Ready, set, go! Yeah! What have we got? Oh, we missed it. I'll tell you what, that's never happened. Julie Vale, you've won a Wayne Lost Soul prize pack as well. I'll tell you what, Wayne's going to be real happy about it, isn't he? Hey, Wayne. Hey, Wayne, if you've got all the stuff, just send me a message and I'll send you a check, for the extra stuff. Anyway, Julie Vale and Stella Wheeldon, you were the winners on the wheel. Okay, well...
Should I read it out again?
We already know we know, John. We know because you just told us all about Wayne's pie. You want to do it again, do you?
No.
Do it again? No. Anyway, we'll arrange for the winning entrants to get their prizes. Now, if you want to enter your name for Sonny's Wheel, go to www.thesonnymichaelshow.com and follow the links, and it's as easy as leaving your name and email address. Well, that's it for the wheel, folks. Thanks to everyone that entered. Now, don't forget to get your entries in for the August show. Now, we're off for an ad break and we'll be back soon.
Drop in, stop by, and buy. Due to poor business management, we've overstocked again, and we're ready to pass this stupidity disguised as bargains on to you. Don't pay more at other Melamine stores. Come and get discontinued plates, only $1.50. Last year's cups, 40 cents each. Jam bowls and butter dishes going out the door for 60 cents a piece. Single salt and pepper shakers, 20 cents. It's bargain, end of the month, we're overstocked. Everything must go to make way for next season's products. End of financial year sale at Melamine Warehouse. 6 great locations across the south side.
Melamine Warehouse, a place to go. Come and waste your heart and dough.
We're Metalheads, and you're watching the Sonny Michaels Show.
Welcome back, folks. Now, the next act on the show are the Bayside's very own glam rockers, Metal Urge. Now, formed in August 2019 by guitarist Rudy Van Helsing and bass guitarist Aries Lustgarten, they put out a call for a singer and hooked up with vocalist JC Firescream, who, by the way, has completed his role as Judas Iscariot in the Lynch and Patterson production of Jesus Christ Superstar at the 12th Night Theatre. Now, check out this rock star pick, folks. Hey? Now, not long after, drummer Reese Lightning joined the band and Metal Urge was complete. Tonight they have an exclusive clip for the Sonny Michaels Show. They are performing Cliff Richard's 1976 worldwide hit Devil Woman from his 18th studio album, I'm Nearly Famous. Now, the band was last on our February show, so welcome back, Metal Urge and Devil Woman. Yeah!
I've had nothing but bad luck since the day I saw the cat at my door. So I came into you, sweet lady, answering your mystical call. Crystal ball on the table, showing the future, the past. Same cat with them evil eyes, and I knew it was a spell she cast. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you from behind. Let me see the lines on your hair. I can see me a tall dark stranger giving you what you had in there. I drank the potion she offered me. I found myself on the floor. Then I looked in those big green eyes and I wondered what I came there for.
There you have it, folks. Metal Urge, great stuff. Now, if you want to know more about Metal Urge or any of the other artists on the show, go to our website, www.thesonnymichaelsshow.com, and you will find all the details. Welcome back, viewers. Our next act is Tomorrowkind. Tomorrowkind is the sound-spinning whirligig of Karl Nielsen from Australian bands Purple Avengers and Delirium Seeds. Now, Karl's been writing and performing original experimental music for over 3 decades. Psychedelic at the core, the music reveals juicy layers from an eclectic range of styles. He is performing this evening the third single lifted from Cliff Richard's 1979 album Rock and Roll Juvenile, the song Carry. Now, this is really a great version, so without further ado, here is Tomorrowkind and Carry.
Sorry to disturb you, but I was in the neighborhood. About a friend, I got a picture, could you take a look? I appreciate you're busy and time's not your own. Yeah, maybe it would be better if I telephone. Carrie doesn't live here anymore. Carrie used a room on the 2nd floor. Sorry, Carrie left no forwarding address that was known to me. Carrie doesn't live here anymore. You could always ask at the corner store. Carrie had a date with her own kind of fate. It was plain to see. One of many we eschew. The young wear their freedom like sweet perfume. It's useless information. Return it by car to help the situation. Did nothing at all. Just another message on a paper wall. Carrie doesn't live here anymore. Carrie had a room on the 2nd floor. Sorry, Carrie left no forwarding address that was known to me.
Brilliant stuff, Tomorrowkind. Now keep that applause going. Now, we have Vamp coming up with a remake of a Cliff Richard song that's going to knock your socks off. And I might just be having a bit of a yodel after, so don't go away. Yeah, that's right, John. You know, but I have to say, Cliff and Olivia Newton-John is pretty damn good, you know. Olivia.
Sonny.
Oh, thanks, John. What am I doing? Frank, what am I doing, Frank? Speedy Frank, our floor man.
Introducing Vamp.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Speedy
Well,
Frank.
what can I say? Now, these girls were the most popular act on the last show. Newcastle Brisbane three-piece rockers Vamp are back with a knockout of a song. They are doing their version of a Cliff Richards tribute to Walkmans and roller skates. Now, the massive 1981 hit Wide for Sound. The song reached number 4 in the UK singles charts, number 2 in Australia and South Africa, and it was a hit in several other European countries. And this, folks, is a world-exclusive video from Vamp that we get to show to you tonight. So strap yourselves in, people. Here they are, Vamp, Wide for Sound.
I like small speakers, I like tall speakers, and never music, they're wired for sound. Walking along with my head full of music, set in my pocket and I'm gonna use it. Stereo, out in the street, you know. Oh, 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 oh. Jump in my car, go to work and I'm cruising. I'll never think that'll blow all my fuses. Traffic flows into the street, you know. Oh, 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 oh. Power from the needle to the plastic AM. I feel so ecstatic now. It's music I found, and I'm wired for sound. I was a small boy, don't like his toys. I could not wait to be wired for sound. I met a girl and she told me she loved me. I said you love me, then love me. You must like what I like. The music is dynamite. Oh, 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 oh. She said I'm not a girl you can put on a standby. I am a girl that demands that her love be amplified. I'm switching to overdrive. Oh, 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 oh. Power from the needle to the plastic AM. I feel so ecstatic now. It's music I found, and I'm wired for sound. Power from the needle to the plastic AM. I feel so ecstatic now. It's music I found, and I'm wired for sound. Power from the needle to the plastic AM. I feel so ecstatic now. It's music I found, and I'm wired for sound.
Holy moly, how was that? Give it up for Vamp. Now, we're off to a break right now, and we're coming back with a bit of a treat for you, and more, so please stay with us. Welcome back. Now, did I say we're in for a treat? I surely did. Now, the song I'm performing is Sir Cliff's Power to All Our Friends. Now, that was chosen as the British entry into the 1973 Eurovision Song Contest. The song came third in Eurovision, but became an international hit, reaching number 1 in numerous countries. And tonight, I'm joined by some of my friends that were on the show tonight. Harmony from Vamp, Jessie from Metal, Paula from Stencilled Jazz, Karl from Tomorrowkind, and the wonderful Chris Martin as well. So here we go. Me, Sonny Michaels, and mates. Power to all our friends.
Power to all our friends, to the music that never ends, to the people we want to be.
his life growing flowers and caring for the bees. Power to the bees. There's one old lady spends her day making wine. The wine tasted fine. Power to the vine. Power to the boys who play rock and roll and make my life so sweet. And to the girls I knew before and those I'm yet to meet. Power to all our friends, to the music that never ends, to the people we want to be. Baby, power to you and me. There's one strong man plowing in the valley. He's living off the land. Power to the land. There's some young girl laying down in Monte Carlo, laying in the sun. Power to the sun. Power to the girls that play rock and roll and make my life so sweet. And to the boys I knew before and those I'm yet to meet. Power to all our friends, to the music that never ends, to the people we want to be. Baby, power to you and me. Power to the boys that play rock and roll and make my life so sweet. And to the girls I knew before and those I'm yet to meet. Power to all our friends, to the music that never ends, to the people we want to be. Baby, power to you and me, to the music that never ends. Baby, power to all our friends.
On our guest, good sports, eh? Now we're off to a commercial break and we'll be right back to wrap up the show. Don't go away.
Do you like movie soundtracks? Do you like TV soundtracks? Or even musical comedy soundtracks? If you answered yes to any of those things, then you need to party with Joe on 4ZZZ Soundtrack Show every Saturday night from midnight through to 2 a.m. The 4ZZZ Soundtrack Show plays a great variety of music including punk, blues, country, hip-hop, heavy metal and rock and roll. Grab a drink, turn up the volume just a little and listen to Joe on the Soundtrack Show every Saturday night, 12 to 2 a.m. on 4ZZZ FM 102.1 MHz or live stream on 4ZZZ.org. The Sonny Michaels Show is a proud supporter of 4ZZZ and community radio.
Hey, welcome back, viewers. I was just showing our audience here a little something that you people at home can join in as well. It's called Sonny's Power Hit. Anyway, nutrition is as important as exercise. And here's an old family recipe for a pick-me-up for those rough mornings. I'm used to those, I'll tell you, that won't break the budget. No, I even like that even better. Now, I'm not sure of the history of this, but I do believe it appeared not long after they took the good stuff out of Beck's powders and Coca-Cola, you know what I mean? Well, folks, this is so simple, even I can do it, huh? Yeah. All you need is a little warm water, like I have in the old jug I prepared earlier, a good spoon of this black stuff here, Vegemite, you know, stuff Americans don't like, you know. And now, I'll tell you what. If Tom Hanks had had his Vegemite like this, things may have been different. I'm not saying it would have been better. It's just not the same. It would have been different. Now, you take your warm water. Now, watch this, folks. Watch this. Now, hey? One hand as well.
Now I'm going to take it to the top because that's boiling hot water. Boiling hot. Don't ever drink boiling hot water out of the jug, especially. And burn your lips. Anyway, this stuff here. Now, you pour your water into your Sonny Michaels Show mug that you can get at our website. You can see, come here, website! Thank you. You can go now. Anyway, take your generous spoon of what I like to call Australian black gold. Brand new jar. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Huh? See that? Brand new. Now, I like a good dollop like that. Good one. Okay. Now, give it a good stir, folks. You've got to give this a good stir. See, I can do this. I'm multitasking and ambidextrous. I think you should see me play the spoon, folks. Oh, it's all gone now. See, it's all gone. It's all gone in there. See that, folks? All that. It's all gone off the spoon. Oh, I'll tell you what. You give it a good stir like that. You can season it to taste, with a little bit of salt and pepper if you like. I'll try out the salt, though. Oh, just perfect. Perfect. Bottoms up, I say, or teas, or any of those type of anecdotal type. Here we go, folks. Now watch this. This will make you. You watch the change in me. I look like James Brown now when I'm all home. You watch me after a bit, this, huh? Oh, I tell you what, I can feel it coming on already. Watch, look at that, a little bit, Look at this. I'm nearly tearing this jacket in half. There you have it. A couple of those after a big night out, I'll guarantee you'll perk right up again. Well, folks, I'd like to thank all the wonderful artists that have appeared on this evening's epic show. We've got Metal Edge, Colin Ellerton has been on, and this is just an amazing show. Weezal, Matthew Alec and Soul Electric, Tomorrowkind, Stewart Strauss, Space Party and Vamp, and our house band Stencilled Jazz, who are just absolutely amazing to start the show with. Now, say, John, what are your plans for this evening?
I'm going out dancing this evening, Sonny. You should come along.
Sorry, John. I rarely go out. I don't rarely ever go out now, and especially to go out and get down, because, if I usually get down, I can't get up again. No, seriously, John, I gave up dancing when I became addicted to the hokey pokey, and then I turned myself around. Well, folks, that's it for tonight's Top Shelf Cliffmas in July Cliff Richard at 80 special. You've been a terrific audience, and a special thank you to everyone who has joined us from home. I just want to leave you with this thought. Time, of course, doesn't exist. There is no past, no present, no future. Just one constant pulsating moment. And at that point, the guy said to me, just give me an idea of the time, mate. Radio. Support the artists, be kind to each other, stay safe, and good night.
Guest and artist crucified, TAA the Friendly and Drive. She'll be right, Karl. Sonny stays at the Winning Creek Hotel and is dressed by his own menswear chemistry. Stencilled Jazz is dressed by Poison Arrow, Rockabilly and Retro Clothing. This has been an MVP production, MVP Network. This is John Voice speaking.